Hey Mercedes,
What can I do for you?
take me to Target in Daytona Beach.
I am starting route guidance to Target, Daytona Beach.
Target. What's good, guys? It's RonsRides. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video where I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, without even driving this thing, I think I want an A-Class Mercedes. Guys, behind me right now is a 2019 A22 sedan for Mercedes Benz. This is one that has been turning heads for everyone that has looked at a Mercedes but wanted something like the S-Class as far as the technology and everything has going for it. This is the baby S-Class. This A22 is something that's incredible. Now, I'm going to tell you all about this spec. I'm going to tell you why I love it. And I'm not even taking it for a drive. That's the crazy part. I'm just actually just doing a walk around, showing you the exterior, the interior, and the technology and functionality. Now, this is a titanium gray. Titanium gray with the black and gray interior. This looks phenomenal. Now, this car specifically has an AMG line package on it, so it's gonna have a few more things that your normal A22 sedan would not have. But let's talk about how good it looks and what it actually has as far as its options. Before we hop into the Mercedes A-Class here, let's check out the key fob. Very nice, very sleek, but nothing to it. It's pretty simple. It does feel like it's a little heavier, not too plasticky. It does have the nice aluminum pieces on the side. You do have your lock up top, you have your unlock, you have your hazard button there, all right, and then you do have your trunk release, okay, and then a physical key to pull out on the back. Now, if you want to go and lock the car or unlock the car, there's actually a nice grooved in button here, and you see I just locked it, all right, but if I want to unlock it, I obviously will put my hand there and unlock it, press in, just also slightly to lock it. It's a really simple system. Just in case you guys are wondering where the hood latch is, it's tucked under there, all right? But it's nice and bright and in red so you guys can see it. But if you need to get under the hood, pull, and there you go. You're looking at an inline 4-cylinder with 188 horsepower. Now, that 188 horsepower comes with 221 foot-pounds of torque, and you're looking at a 7-speed transmission. Nothing crazy as far as your drivetrain on this. Obviously, with it being a 4-cylinder, you wish it had a little bit more, like cars like the Alfa Romeos that are at 280 horsepower with the inline 4-cylinders. So you're not looking for a super fast driving beast. You're not looking for something with a lot of sound behind it. You're looking for something that's going to drive comfortably, drive smoothly, and is going to be lasting. That's the biggest thing. It's going to be lasting, it's going to be good on fuel, it's going to be something that doesn't need a ton of maintenance. So that is what the kind of customer that is looking for those things would kind of come to this car for. Very clean engine bay, very small engine bay, and very simple engine cover for this inline 4-cylinder. Now, just looking at this A-Class up front, you can tell it's a Mercedes, big time. That big Mercedes insignia up front, which is actually part of the driver assistance package that this has on it, that has all of the technology up front in the insignia. So this is why you see this big solid insignia. Just how Maserati was with the Trident being nice and solid is because it has all the technology packed up front. These chrome pieces here is just part of a styling package. Not all of them get it, and it doesn't do anything but look phenomenal. I really like that chrome look. And then you have the chrome going across the insignia up front, across the front grille. It looks really cool. Gives it a lot more styling. You do have your nice little edging here for your black accent pieces here, but not a functional grille here, just plastic pieces in between. All right, so nothing crazy to talk about there. If you go down here though, right up front, you do have a nice lower lip with a nice gloss black finish to it, and it looks really good against that gray. And then towards the center here, you do have nice cooling for the radiator, so you do have a functional grille right down here at the bottom. But other than that, parking sensors, and you have your technology, everything up front. It looks good. It gives the car a nice, classy, but aggressive look up front. And it has a lot of road presence. Now, these are the bi-xenon headlights. You can get the full LED headlights, but we're looking at the bi-xenon here. You would have to option out those headlights. You do have the very nice turn indicator slash LED right there, running light. You do have your reflector right here on the side. Us in America, we need those ugly orange reflectors. it bugs me. And then you do have your HID headlight right here in the center. So let's actually take a look and see what those look like on. So now we have everything lit up and looking beautiful for the running light, for the LED, which would normally be here, but I do have the turn signal on so you can see what it looks like with the turn signal. But you see the switchback LED, so you do see the LED when you don't see the amber. So you do see both of them at the same time. But normally you would see just your bright white LED when the car is running. Now that I have the turn signal on, you see both, and then you do see that nice HID headlight. Very sharp, very aggressive look up front. I'm digging it. Let's take a look from further away. Not bad. You do also have your turn signal here in the mirror. And your taillights. Nothing too crazy as far as the design on the side profile of the A22. If you don't have the extra packages that I'm about to mention, it really doesn't show anything special. So with this one, what makes it so cool is you have the AMG line package and you have the night package. So we'll talk about the AMG line package because you're really gonna see it right here in these 18-inch AMG wheels. You have Michelin tires to go with it, and you have drilled rotors. You do also have the Mercedes Benz caliper there as well. But this looks really good. I really like the 5-spoke wheels with the black inlays. It just gives it that nice flavor. And the 18 is a good size for this specific car. And with this, you do have all-season Michelin tires. I mean, it's just a really nice package and setup. But just take a look at it from the side view. I mean, it's worth that AMG line package for sure. And with the night package, you also have the gloss black window molding and the gloss black mirrors on the side as well. And then looking at the back, you have the nice trunk spoiler right with the Mercedes Benz insignia there. You have the nice exhaust tips right here in chrome, as you guys can see. All right, and that's not the actual exhaust. Obviously the exhaust is way back there, but this is a nice extender. You do have the diffuser that's in a matte black with the gloss black middle piece here as well. You do have a grille here that is not functional. Again, it's a styling thing, you just press it in. But overall, I'm digging the back look of this A-Class. It looks really good. It's really sporty, really classy at the same time, and it doesn't make you feel like you have less of a vehicle just because it's an A-Class. 3 ways that you can open up the trunk for the A22 sedan. You can open up your trunk here using the button on the key fob. You can come and use the trunk release latch here for the button inside of the door, or you can do it the old-fashioned way like most of us folks do sometimes and go under the insignia on the right-hand side, press the button and lift up. Now you're looking at 8.6 cubic feet of space for this A-Class sedan. You're looking at rear folding seats, all 3 going down, all right? And you do have run flat tires, so underneath you're not gonna see a spare tire. All right, so you do have little options for your tools, and you can do your jacks and everything under here, but you do not have a spare tire with it being run flats, okay? So keep that in mind. Very nice that you do have the AMG Mercedes mats here when you get the AMG line package. Really nice, all right? But as far as the trunk space, very normal, very simple. Not much to it inside of here, but like I said, 8.6 cubic feet of space, but all 3 seats do fold down. Now for your fuel door, it is located on your driver's side. It does have the push to release fuel door, which is very nice. And then on the inside, it actually shows your tire pressure settings, which you're not used to normally on in the inside of the gas door. When you have a minimum octane rating of 91, that means you have to put at least 91 grade level fuel inside of this car. You can do 93, but it has to be at least 91. Now let's talk about the fuel consumption for the Mercedes. You're looking at a 28 combined city and highway, 24 city and 31 highway. So that's what you're looking at. If you're going to be putting 91 in here, that's what you're going to be getting as far as your fuel level is involved. 24 city and 35 highway. Let's just take a look inside of this A-Class. This is incredible. This is the baby S-Class when it comes to the interior. There are so many nice things in here. So much technology filled in that I don't even know where to start. I'm going to try to start somewhere. We're going to get to the infotainment system last. Let's just take a look at the first impressions of the whole interior. What I love about the material in this spec is all this stuff comes together. I mean, even this like perforated leather look, this is just something I'm not used to seeing. Perforated leather kind of going all the way across, going under the infotainment system, under the speedo, and then going across the cluster for the lights here and wrapping around with the nice black piano wood. And then you have the nice contrasted stitching up top with the leather dash. You have the aluminum everywhere with the ambient lighting. It's just so classy, so clean, so sporty, all in one. I really like this cabin. This is just a good place to be. I mean, look at this, guys. Now let's take a look at the driver's side door. Obviously you have the styling here for the ambient lighting package. So this will be subjective to whatever color ambient lighting that is added at the moment in time. So I can change this to green or pink or yellow. So disregard the color here that you see, because it can be any color or 64 colors that you would like to have. You do have your nice brushed aluminum paneling here. With that paneling, you do have your heated seats. You do not have ventilated seats with this specific option, which is why you have a blank button there. If you did have the ventilated seats, you would be able to press that button and have those going. But right now it's just the heated seats, so that's why you see the red there, and it lets you know how high the intensity is. So if I press it again, obviously that's going to be medium. Press it again, that's going to be low, and then press it is off. So you do have heated seats. You have three-way memory seating, which is nice. So three-way memory. You can have a driver, you can have your second driver, which may be your passenger, and you have your backseat passenger. Say they're 16 years old and above and they want to take over for you on a long road trip. They can come in and press their setting, and they can have theirs right there, ready to go, jump in the driver's seat. They're good. You also have your driver's seat settings here on the side as well. Now this isn't the lumbar. This is just for your backrest here, all right, to move it back and forth. And then you do have your seat here to move it up and down for your butt. Now, you also have the M button to set the memories as well. So if you're wondering what the M button does here, that's what it is. Your lumbar is actually on the side of your seat. So if I were to go down here, you guys see it? Now continuing with the door panel, you do have a nice aluminum handle here for your door handle. You have your unlock and lock buttons here. Then right here you have your mirror and you have your window controls. So to move around your driver's side mirror, to move around your passenger side mirror, just press one, lights it up, and then you press the arrows to move said mirror. Then you do have your fold-in mirrors as well. So if you want to fold in your mirrors, you can do that as well. Now if you move to your window controls here, standard window controls, you have your window up, window down for your front, and then you have for your passengers right here in the back, and then your window lock there. Wish the buttons were aluminum to match this kind of style and flavor a little bit more, but you know, it doesn't really make or break it, obviously. One speaker on the side here, but it is your Burmeister sound system, which is an amazing sound system, incredible. I recommend it. This is really going to make your drive that much more crazier. We'll get into that in just a moment here. Now the seating is nice as well. You do have your button here to raise and lower your headrest, all right? So that is gonna be the button on the side there. And you have the nice stitching to go along through this bucket-like seating for the A-Class. You even have extra thigh support here, right during the center, so you see that this is open, but you do have that extra thigh support and the lever here to move it in or to pull it out. So you do have that, but I do like the extra stitching, gives it a little bit more flavor. I do like the bolstering because of the fact that you're going to be driving this car a little bit. You kind of want to have that sportier feel, especially with the AMG package on it. So it feels like it really holds you in. These seats do a lot more than you think. We'll get to that in just a moment as well, but it looks really good. And then one thing that I wouldn't normally point out in any other car, but since this car has it, that ambient lighting, you can see the strip right here that lets you know that our ambient lighting is more of like a violet blue, violet like purple blue. So you can see that strip right here on the side. Just stuff that you're not gonna have in most cars. So this is really cool that you have this here. So I had to point it out that right in the center console, you have the strip on both sides. Now going underneath, you're gonna have your nice aluminum pedals with the grips on it. I do wish we had a dead pedal right here. Instead of just having this carpet here, it kind of stands out like a sore thumb. We had a nice dead pedal that was aluminum as well. I think that would just really complete the look under here. You know, pedals might not be the most stylish thing, or they might not be the most important thing. These obviously serve a function. The grips are for you to keep your grip on the brake keep your grip on the gas pedal. The dead pedal doesn't necessarily need to be there. I just like it as a styling cue. On the left-hand side of your steering wheel, you do have your parking brake, electric parking brake. If you want it on, you'll push it in, and if you want it off, you'll lift up, and it will take you off of your parking brake. You also have your lighting here, you have your dimmer here for your lighting as well, and you have your fog lights there. So let's go over the center console here, everything that is aligned this way. Now let's start with the HVAC vents. Actually, let's start with the start button. Your start-stop button there, you have it right under your engine start button, so you have them connected together. That's been a styling thing for the longest time, same with BMW. You do have your HVAC vents here, which look incredibly aggressive. Like if you were to stick your finger in here, they'd clamp down and bite you like a Venus flytrap. They look really cool. When you do change the temperature, it will change the color surrounding the lighting here. So if I were to turn up the heat, it's gonna show red. So you see the red there? Well, you can't see it on this one. You see the red there on that side? See it right here? So if I'm turning up the heat, it's gonna do red. If I turn it down, it's gonna do blue. So that's really cool. When it's done, it's going to revert back to the color that your ambient lighting is set to. So we have the violet blue look, so it's already gonna be set to that. If I had it set to green, it would be surrounded in green. And then same, if I were to turn it down, it would glow blue. If I were to turn it up, it would go red. So that's a really nice thing to kind of incorporate into the HVAC controls, which is really cool. But you can spin these things around, and you can just kind of spin them to the right to close, spin them to the left to open. It's just a nice touch. You do have the gloss black surround going across these HVAC controls, and then you'll move down here to the real full setup for the HVAC here. So you do have your heating and cooling to change the temperature and raise it up, bring it down. Have it on both sides. You can sync it as well. You have your AC button going right through here, your rear defrost. You do have your hazard lights here. You have your max here, auto, your speed for your vents. So if you want your speed to go up, now we got a lot of air blowing through. Press it down. Now we do not. That was nice. You actually have an HVAC menu. So if you were to press menu here, it actually brings it up right here in your settings, so you can see the actual menu all the way through, which is very nice. So you can go through the menu here just by pressing this button. This is a nice physical button that they have for the HVAC. We also have some stowage space in the center console here for any little extra items you may have. All right, so now we'll move on out of that stowage area, and we'll have USB-C connections. You're gonna need that if you're gonna wanna plug up your Apple CarPlay. So USB-C is what they're doing now. Not necessarily USB all the time. They're changing it up, and they're evolving with the waves of the world and technology. Then over here, you're gonna have your outlet plug there. So you do see that. Covered up very nicely, very sleek. Right here, this is cool for the cup holders because the cup holders aren't one standard size. Say if I have a bottle like this right here, Mercedes Benz of Daytona Beach, put it right there. This is gonna bounce around everywhere, right? What if I wanted to kind of change the size of my cup holder and make it a little bit more form-fitting? Well, that's where I press this button, and now it holds that piece in from this side here. So let's take this out so you can actually see what I did. You see that piece now? All right, so if I press it, now it holds it in. It gives it just a little bit more of a grip to hold in the cup that's next to it. You can do the same for the other side by pressing the button here and doing that. It's very nice that you can change the size of your cup holders with one easy button. That's just something that you really need to think about when designing these cars and thinking about your consumers. That makes life a lot easier, so now it's not bouncing around as much. Now going up top here, you do have your reading lights for the both driver and passenger, your back seat light or your back seat dome light, your dome light here up front, and then you do have your lights under the doors. You have the Mercedes Me, which is like your Mercedes home button, and then you have your SOS. Now this is equipped with a sunroof, so you're gonna have a trigger here to move back the shade and to also move back the sunroof. So you get a lot of visual here for the sunroof. It goes back quite far. So then if I press it again, you're gonna put it up, and it's gonna have like that little mohawk feel. And then if I pull it for the third time back, it's gonna release that sunroof and let that Florida sunshine right inside of this car here. Now you see it's bringing up that shade to cover up the backseat passenger if need be, to keep the sun and heat out. but you can also pull it back again for the 4th time and reveal that sun, so it kind of gives you a little bit more heat, a little bit more light. But what they're trying to do is those sun rays going through the glass there is going to magnify the back, so it's really going to heat up the back of the seats there. So you really want to kind of see, well, if they really want a little bit of extra sunlight, okay, pull it back. But if not, you kind of want to put that over. You also have your visor here to keep the sun out of your eyes, same for your passenger. You have your cover over the mirror here. If you were to lift your cover, you also will turn on the reading light. So you see the reading light is currently off, lift it up, and the light comes on. And under it, you also do have your roadside assistance number 2 for Mercedes. So that's nice that it gives you that option as well, to just put it under here, have your reading light on so you can see it, and everything is good and dandy. Let's talk about that armrest. Pretty skinny armrest. Not too mad about it. I mean, it's stylish and slim and looks good, but let's see how much it actually holds. So you have this big button here that's obviously going to raise either side of the armrest. You look inside, it's pretty deep. It goes down there. I mean, to be honest, that's not bad. I do like that it's a skinnier design, but it goes far down. So, I mean, you see where my arm is compared to the size of this armrest, and it pretty much engulfs my whole arm to my elbow, which is a really nice feature. USB-Cs, not your regular USB port, so something to keep in mind that you're looking at USB-C connections when you're looking at plugging into this car. On the left-hand side of your steering wheel, you do have your fog light. On the left-hand side of your steering wheel, you do have your brights that you can activate here. All right, you also have your windshield wipers on this side here. On the right-hand side of the steering wheel, this is going to be very important because this is how you're going to get your car in and out of gear. Now, this is not new to Mercedes. Just most cars that I drive do have the gear select down here, but obviously you do not see that. This is where your gear select is, and this is this way for a lot of trucks as well. Now, for this, you're going to move this up and down with your foot on the brake to change your gear. So up for reverse, down for drive, and if you want to just tap it for neutral, you'll go into neutral. It'll let you know that permanently active neutral, risk of rolling away, and I'm trying to get that without the glare, but you see it there when you're in neutral. All right, so put it in drive, just like that, and if I want to put it in park, I'm just going to press this button here, and that's park right there on the side. So your park button here, okay, drive, reverse, tap it for neutral, depending on which way you want to go, P for park. Now on the left-hand side of the steering wheel here, you have your command center, which has a few different things that you can do, more than most cars that are available out there, especially in this class. Now we'll start with the cruise control because that's the easiest to start with. Cruise control here, so you can set it and you can change the speed, you can do the on, off, everything there, okay? Very simple, very easy cruise control. And then you have your home button and your back button. Now you're wondering what's that for? Well, you also have a trackpad that is actually going to work with your speedo up front. So this half of the gauges from this side over is going to be the trackpad that you're going to use to navigate through here. So it's almost like the old BlackBerry. If you guys remember the BlackBerry phones, they had the little ball there that would roll around that you can move around on your screen for. This is what this is. This trackpad will navigate you through the speedo here. So as you can see, if I move to the left here, you see I'm moving it this to the left, I move to the right, then I'm moving to the right. Let's go home. We'll press home. Okay, so you see now I have my assistance there. If I move over, I have my phone. Move over, I have navigation. All I'm doing is sliding my hand across or my thumb across, and it's just so easy and accessible, it's ridiculous. I mean, this is an awesome, brilliant system that Mercedes has implemented inside of the speedometer. So let's check out the service. We'll press in. And now you see 0 messages. If I scroll down on that trackpad, I got tires. If I press it in, then I have tire pressures there. All right, so you can do that. If I want to go back, I press the back button. Now I'm back to that screen there that shows my different options that I can do. Checks engine level oil, so press it in. And there you go. There's your engine level oil. But you can see how cool this system is. It's so easy to use while you're driving. That's the scary part. You can just drive and easily go through these functions. Now we'll go through all of that specifically in just a moment. But let's go to the right-hand side since we're still talking about the steering wheel here. The right-hand side is going to be your hands-free voice command, going to be your phone here. And it's also going to be your radio button. So you can change the volume by scrolling up and down just like that. All right, you also have your favorites there. So that's what the star is for. And then up here, well, it looks very similar to the trackpad on this side with the home and back button. What do you think this controls? Well, the right-hand side of your screen, the infotainment system, is what this is gonna be controlled for. So if I wanna move, it's the same way. I'm just gonna swipe to the right, swipe to the left, and press enter to go into whatever I need to enter into. Press back to back out, and press home for home, which is, this is the home screen here for the infotainment. But I just slide my finger over, and you see this in real time, just sliding it over. I love this system. Staying with the whole flow of the center console, as you can see, surrounded with the piano black finish. It's gonna leave a lot of fingerprints. That's something you're gonna have to think about. Also, you may think about getting this wrapped in a nice clear coat, a nice PPF, so you do not scratch it, because you're gonna be using this area a lot. You do not want to scratch this up. Now, you do have on the side of this trackpad, which I'll go over the trackpad in a minute, the controls for your driving select. So, I'm going to move it around to show you that you have your individual, you have your sport, you have your comfort, and you have your eco for your driving controls. So, in order to change through those, you just move this up and down here, and it shows right there, dynamic, move it up and down, and that's how you change your different driving modes. On the right-hand side, you have your volume for your radio control. Now you can move this up here, all right? And then if I press it in, it mutes it or shuts it off. So right there, you see, if I hold it down, I will shut off the radio, but up and down for the volume control here. Not too bad, all right? Navigation and your map, radio and media, your telephone here, your favorites here. And then if I were to press this button here, it's gonna show you your vehicle settings. So you have right there your assistance, your vehicle, your light, your system, all that stuff. Now, how do I navigate through that? Well, that's where the trackpad comes in. Now, obviously, you have a home and back button, like most of the controls here, because you want to be able to go home and back with just the press of a button. But this trackpad, think of this as the mouse. This is nothing that moves, but this is like your trackpad that does everything. Again, like the trackpad steering wheel controls, like your rollerball and your BlackBerry, this is gonna move everything around. This is gonna be your mouse that doesn't do anything but hold your hand up here nice and safely and comfortably, and keeps it over the black piano wood here. So, hand set up here, moving left and right on the trackpad. Right now I wanna move up. So I'll move up, I'll move down, left and right. I mean, it's really cool that you can just scroll through here, and all I'm doing is moving left and right here. And if I want to go in, press it down, just like you're clicking the mouse, and now I'm in dynamic setting. If I want to scroll down, I'm in belt adjustment, I'm in acoustic lock. Look, and it's just cool how the graphics shows everything where you're actually doing. Gas station, rear view camera, so it brings it to the rear. If I want to press enter, I can press enter and go into open camera cover. Now I can check out what's going on in the back of me. Just really cool. So this is what the trackpad does. This is your focus for your navigation system. If you try to do it via touchscreen, you can also do that, but you don't want to put fingerprints all over this beautiful screen. So to keep your fingers off of this screen, you're gonna wanna use that trackpad. Now, just to let you guys know, this is not a touch screen here. Only the side here for the infotainment system is a touch screen. So I can touch this here easily. But if I try to touch anything here, okay, doesn't work. All right, so just to let you know, your infotainment screen is the touch screen. We'll get more into the infotainment in just a bit. Let's just go home first, and actually I'll just press the home button here to make it easy on the trackpad. There's home. This thing has what everybody's talking about, and a lot of other people will be able to do great reviews on both the Speedo here and the infotainment system. I'm just gonna take you guys through my little walkthrough to say that this whole screen, this whole setup, everything here is incredible. So you have, hi Mercedes.
How can I help you?
Which is like your Siri system. What's the temperature out today?
What can I do for you?
What's the temperature today?
The outside temperature is 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is an awesome system. It's like a Siri, but for your Mercedes. And this is awesome because it's in the A class. Same for the tach here. The only problem is a lot of with this screen is a lot of glare, but you can press the home button here and you can change things like your trip navigation, phone. You can go to assistance and you can see your driver assistance here, your distance and feet between the cars here. I mean, you can go to your trip, radio, media, design for your display here. So you can have the sport, which we have now. You can go back to classic, change it to classic. You can go to understated, standard display, stuff like that. So we'll keep it at the classic, go back to home. I mean, you can do your service here. Your navigation is really nice because you can set the previous destination here. You can go different places here. You can go back. You got your compass there. You got your full screen display, which is nice too. So you can actually bring it into the display, but it still has your speedo up there. I mean, so cool, guys. I don't even know what to say about this system. It's just really fun to play with, really customizable, and it's very practical for all the things you didn't think you need, but you actually do need once you have these options available. This is so cool. You guys have to dig deep into one of these and really either do your research on them or check out the system for yourself and play with it yourself. This is awesome. Now, when I put it in reverse, you guys might want to see this. That's gonna let you know my screen there. It shows a big display here of the screen and what you're looking at. Now you see my backpack there behind those guidelines for parking. Also, if I want to check out different views, look at that, all the way across. So I got both sides to check out the view, and you can kind of see there, and let me get a little closer to what I'm actually looking at as far as a viewable angle and what it's showing me compared to if I were to use the trackpad here and go back down, it's just straight back. So that's a really nice option in order to be able to see exactly what's going on in your rear view. It gives you that nice all-around side view, so I can kind of get those rear fenders on the back, or I can just go straight back and look at it that way. We have comfort, we have info, we have Mercedes Me app, and we have settings. There's an arrow down here pointing down to letting you know if I want to scroll down, I can go to themes. What is this? Themes. So you got trip. Well, let's go to trip. See what we got there. So now we're on the navigation there. So it shows you navigation. All right. So if I want to go back, I'll either press the back button or home. We'll go back to themes again. We'll go to experience. Let's see what's in experience. Oh, now you have your performance here. This is cool. This is really cool. So it's just the different options and layers that this thing has is incredible. So we'll go back to home. Let's go back down to themes, and you'll show efficiency, lounge, standard, and you can create a theme. You got your favorites here. So you have your setup assistant, your sound, all right, your display, manual, everything there. That's really cool, all right. And then if we go back, we're back to our info, so where we have the themes and favorites and everything there. You can set new order, so I can have the different orders. Maybe if I want the favorites first or anything like that, you can do that. I mean, there's just so much in this thing that I don't even know where to go. I mean, even stuff like the seats are crazy. The kinetics are really cool, and it's not something that I can actually show you guys more than you can feel once you're in the car. Now, it doesn't have massaging seats, but these kinetics actually will adjust the seats where it's showing, so it can actually, after a long trip, move you out of position that you're normally in for the longest time and automatically adjust it for you, so you'll be in a different seating position so you won't get too cramped up. So it will move different parts of the seats for your passenger and driver depending on what you want. The seat kinetics is a really cool thought. I mean, right now it's in play. I stopped it, so it's gonna move back to its resting position. But if I press, whoops, I went to settings. You can go to backrest there. You can go to seat surface, or you can go to backrest in seat surface. But if I go down here and click play and hit play, then it'll start to move the seat around, not a bunch, you know, in one small setting. It'll move it every now and then, depending on how you have the settings set. And it's just really cool that you can do that. I mean, you can dig so deep into this infotainment system. It's incredible. The media, I mean, with the Burmeister sound system, this is something that you definitely want to check into, because you have stuff like sound focus. You can do the sound focus to where you want the sound to be. You can optimize it to have the sound up front, and it's like a concert. It's like a studio.
Hey Mercedes,
What can I do for you?
take me to Target in Daytona Beach.
I am starting route guidance to Target, Daytona Beach.
Target. And look at that. Now you have it up there in a 3D map too, which is nice. Mercedes.
How can I help you?
Change the ambient lighting to green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
See it? Now look at
Yeah.
it's green. Now it's harder to see obviously during the day, but you see the green around.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yep, you'll see it along the side here, and in your doors. What's the color you want to pick? Purple?
Purple.
Hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
change the
What
ambient,
can I do for you?
change the color to purple.
Please repeat.
Change the ambient lighting to purple.
I'm turning off the ambient light.
She doesn't like purple. Hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
change the ambient lighting to red.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Oh, okay. So it changed to red. So that I'm like reaching over, like, listen, Mercedes. So the actual mic is up here for Mercedes. So let's try that again. Hey Mercedes. She don't like me anymore. Hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
change the ambient lighting to purple.
I'm turning off the ambient light.
Purple is not in.
Okay.
Okay. 3D map. In order to zoom, pinch, I think in or out. Hold on. Oh, pinch and out. And that zooms it. Oops, I gotta go back. There we go. So that's cool, especially because you see the little planes and stuff.
Yeah. If you're
There you
facing
go.
the other way, you'd see the golf.
Oh, yeah.
Golfing for the LPGA.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's cool. I like that. And then you have your navigation over here and over here, and they're different views. So I mean, even when you're driving here, it'll give you the 3D map, and it'll have an arrow pointing when you have to make your turn and stuff like that, which is really cool too.
Messing with it.
Yep. So you can have navigation on this side, and you can have it right in the center. But I do like the fact that you still get all your information that you need, as far as your fuel and your gears, your temperature, and then your speedo there. So you can do all those different colors.
Wait. Oh, where am I?
Actually, scroll over to the wheel.
Yep, scroll it over. Oh, so yeah, you can do...
Yeah, you can pick it from the selection, or you can do the color
Ooh,
wheel
purple sky.
if you want to dial it in a little bit more.
Yep, so we do know it has purple.
Ooh, I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that one.
It
Yep,
has
so...
two different purple ranges.
Yes, it just likes to shut it off whenever I say purple.
Right.
I feel like it doesn't like me saying purple. Then we'll go over to your purple sky. So now you can see the purple lit up there, which looks really cool.
That's because purple's the best color.
And then you see it, side of the door. It's all over the place, but this is where you can see it. Look down on your feet.
Oh, yeah.
See the purple? All on the mats and stuff. And you see it down underneath my pedal.
A little line right to the left of the instrument.
Oh, yep.
Well,
Yep. So you see the purple going across there. So you can imagine how it looks at night. You can see it this well in the day. With how clean this looks and all the technology and everything in it, it's super gimmicky. I understand the different ambient lightings and the Surrey type Mercedes thing. It's gimmicky, but it really wins, guys. I mean, this is so cool that you're able to have a system like this and how clean it looks going across the dash. Just that swooping LCD going all the way across. Everything's digital. Everything's super awesome. I really like it. So check out the back seat space. This is going to be important when you're getting into the A-Class to make sure you have enough space. Now, I was sitting comfortably up front where I just was. Back seat space is actually surprisingly good. How the seat curves, as you can see, it curves inward like this, that it doesn't just go straight up and down. It actually gives me that leg room. You see how the curvature is? It really gives you a little bit extra leg room, and it makes more sense. But look at this. I'm 5'11". I'm sitting back into these nice backseat bucket seats. I have plenty of space for leg room. Now, obviously getting in and out, you're gonna wanna kind of duck your head under this swooping headline. But when you get in, it's like a bubble up top. I have plenty of space for my head. So it just has to be a thing being careful getting in and out, because if I were to go to lift up, I catch that real easily. So I have to kind of duck my head under to get out but the bubble when you get in is a nice kind of bubble to just give you that space. Looking at the backseat door panel here, you do get some nice soft touches, all right, nice leather, contrasted stitching, but you don't get the aluminum panel and you don't get the ambient lighting back here as well. You know, you guys know I'm a big fan of your rear seat passengers being treated the same as your front. You definitely get a little bit more lavish luxury look in the front and feel up front. You know, it's not a deal breaker, but obviously that's something that I like, to be able to have the same stuff in the back as you do up front. So you do get those nice soft touches, but not the aluminum paneling and not the ambient lighting in the door. You do have the ambient lighting behind the door handle here, so you will see that in the door. You can kind of see the bluish violet looking color right there. You do have, with this aluminum door handle, your lock and unlock buttons here. All right, so you have those right under there. And then you do have your window control here. And then you do have that Burmeister sound system speaker right down here in the back. Also, right up top, you do have another speaker as well, to where in the front, you just have the Burmeister speaker at the bottom and speakers elsewhere, like on the pillars there. But very nice look in the back. Just wish they had a little bit more to cater to that backseat passenger. You do have nice HVAC fittings here. Looks exactly like the front, which I like that. They didn't go with the generic, just black look. They really spruced it up. And like, again, catering to your backseat passenger. I do like that. You have your USB-Cs right here for both, and a little bit of stowage right there. So, I mean, this thing has 5 USB ports right there for you guys. You have 2 right inside of here, 2 right here in the back, and then 1 at the very front. So it's a very nice look there. Pull that up. You do have your seating here, very generic seating in the back, plastic piece here, leather to go around the back, and then you do have your netting here, a little bit extra space, extra stowage, whatever you need to put in here, you can put it in there. Then we'll look at the actual seating. Very nice bucket seat, looks exactly like the front seats. Like I said, they really treated you well as far as the seating on both sides. Bolstering here on the side, a little bit of bolstering. You don't need as much in the back. And then the nice contrasted stitching. I do like the different tones for the contrasted colors, like the grayish black look. I do like that. Very sporty feel. You can pull that up, pull it back, and of course you have cup holders, right? They're not on top. Right here, look at that. Mercedes, you slide dog. Slide that down there, and that's where your cup would go. Hold everything in. Now, I mean, I love this design. This is cool. It's just very practical. Very, they thought about it. You know, it's design and engineering. They thought about this. It's not normal. It really isn't normal. This is cool. Now let's take a look at the sticker of the 2019 A22 sedan. You're looking at a base price of $32,500, and then after options, you're looking at $45,200, and that includes the $995 destination fee. Now, what do you get for that? Well, a lot of the stuff that I showed you, but we're gonna go over everything here for the options. Now, your performance and handling, you're looking at that inline 4-cylinder, 2-liter, 188 horsepower with 221 foot-pounds of torque, and you do have your 7-speed automatic transmission with eco start-stop. You also have stuff like your comfort and convenience. All right, so you have your panoramic roof, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, your front power seats with lumbar, you have your split folding rear seats, rain sensing windshield wipers, keyless start, dual zone automatic climate control, and your Mercedes Me Connect as well. All right, then we'll go to safety and security with the LED headlamps, LED tail lamps. You have your new vehicle warranty with 4 years, 50,000 mile bumper to bumper. All right, you do have the 24-hour roadside assistance, the airbag protection system, anti-theft system, attention assist. You have active brake assist, anti-lock braking. Also have electronic stability control, brake assist system, adaptive braking technology, and your rear view camera with Mercedes Benz emergency call service. Then we'll go up here to your paint and upholstery trim. Okay, you're looking at that mountain gray metallic, which is $720 for this paint job, and your titanium gray black leather, $1,450 for that. You also have the brushed aluminum trim that will come with this model. Now, let's talk about the optional equipment. So this is what's gonna make this car jump from $32,000 to $45,000. So definitely pay attention to what you're getting here for the price. All right, so we're looking at stuff like the AMG 18-inch wheels, which makes big sense when you have the AMG package here. You have the all-season tires, garage door opener. You have the blind spot assist there. You have the pre-safe system, Sirius XM radio with free trial period, lowered comfort suspension, Burmeister sound system was just incredible. You have front heated seats, 64 color interior ambient lighting, which is awesome. I love it. It's gimmicky, but I love it. Inductive wireless charging. All right, you also have the rear deck spoiler. You have the premium package here, which $1,550. All right, that includes your center display with the digital instrument cluster, your keyless go, hands-free access, auto dimming rear view and rear side mirrors. You also have the power fold-in as well. You have the multimedia package, which is $1,150, and that includes the hard disk navigation services, including the map updates for 3 years. You also have your augmented reality navigation speed limit assist as well. Now let's talk about the AMG line package. That's the styling package that makes this car look like the AMG models. 2310, all right? That's talking about styling, perforated front disc, your Mercedes Benz logo, your chrome tip diamond black grille, and you have the night package with the high gloss black elements, the grille trim, the exterior mirror covers, the window trim, everything like that. That brings your total to $45,200. All right, guys, so at $45,000, is this A22 a bargain or what? You're obviously not paying for a supercharged engine, a twin turbo engine, anything like that. You're really paying for the body style, for the interior options, for the infotainment system, everything like that. Do you feel like it's a good price, or do you think that this needs a little bit under the hood to really justify the price? You guys let me know, because you guys know Mercedes more than I may do, and I'm just introduced to this A-Class and I'm blown away for the price. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below if this is a good car to check out and a good car to possibly get in the future. I mean, maybe in white with red interior, you guys know me. But comment down below, let me know what you think. Also subscribe if you want to see more RonsRides videos. Click that notification bell if you want to get them right when they come out, get them sent to your inbox. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can either like the video to help support the channel, get it up in the rankings. You can check out the description below where I have a one-time donation, I have Patreon, you can do PayPal, whatever you guys want to do, or just check out the social media links too, see what I'm up to and see all the cool content that I'm posting on social media. But with that said, guys, leave those comments below. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video today and you learned something new about this A-Class Mercedes, and hopefully you guys had a good time. We'll see you in the next one. You guys be blessed, be easy. We'll talk to you then. Peace.